That's fine. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. We are back with the Ted Show and the one and only Yvonne Sandoval with Leverage 365. Leverage 365. Very excited to have you on the show. This is our series together, Top of Mind Tuesdays. We're back on Tuesday. Very excited for that too. But today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is video. I know you guys are afraid of video. You tell me all the time that you don't know how I do it. And I tell you, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So Yvonne has 5 video topics that will keep you top of mind. And we're going to talk about that today. All right. Welcome, Yvonne. How you doing?
I am doing awesome.
Good.
Doing great.
Good. What's new and exciting in your world?
Well,
lots of clients, lots of work, lots of WCR.
Oh yeah, it's been great. Working with the women, especially yesterday was International Women's Day.
Yes, it was.
We did some cool stuff with the Volusia Women's Council, and I think that's awesome. Tell them what you did, Ted.
Yeah, so, and kudos to Irina, or whomever came up with the idea, but Irina's the one that reached out to me. We went to about 5 or 6 brokerages, and we had a gift card and a whole bunch of roses to give the women at each of the brokerages. And so we walked in, we said, we're celebrating International Women's Day. We want to thank you. And it was really done well. It was easy. We were all compliant, just for the record. Took some great pictures. I got to meet some really amazing people, and it was just so good. So kudos to Women's Council Network in Volusia, because they did a phenomenal job, and I was honored to be part of it.
And this is what I like. Not only the shows that you do with people like myself and others in the industry, sharing the knowledge, sharing what the Volusia Women's Council did with other Women's Council networks, not only here in the state of Florida, which I believe there's 28 council networks in the state of Florida, but there is 230 or so, 235 in the United States. And, they can all benefit from collaborating on ideas such as what Irina came up with, as well as they're doing what's called a vendor blender, which is another great idea. So the sharing of knowledge is what we're all about, and that's something that we're just happy to do. And me and Ted, this show is also to share knowledge to help you in your businesses. So yeah,
I mean, because the knowledge is so, and it's universal as far as I'm concerned. I mean, anybody could have gone and done the same thing with it doesn't have to be realtors. It could have been any industry you're in. And it's just, and Irina's so good about sharing, and I just love the response that we got. I mean, when you go in there at first, unless you got a guy, we have one guy and I felt bad for him because he's like, what? But once the women realized it was wonderful. But they're so receptive. And I think because we don't spend enough time giving kudos or even showing the basic appreciation for people, that when we do it, it seems like it's this giant thing. And really it took Irina 20 minutes to get the flowers and me a few minutes to put together the gift cards. And then it was just our time, and it was worth every second of the
Absolutely.
time.
Well, 67% of real estate agents are women. So that is the way to, we have one day. So I'm sure that that gentleman got over it, as we say.
He did. I felt bad for him because he's obviously he didn't even know what to do with the roses. I'm like, Irina said, maybe a vase. I mean, it was very sweet and innocent, but he really was out of his fish out of water. I felt bad for him. But the office was very responsive, and he was too. But it's something different. It's something easy to stay. We're all back to our message, top of mind.
Absolutely.
I mean, that keeps Women's Council top of mind with these realtor brokerages and other agents. It keeps them top of mind for me, for VIP Mortgage, for the TED Show. And so it is a great thing to do. And there are easy ways to do things. People, I think, get so caught up in the expense, and they don't realize that you can really do a lot of things and make a big impact without spending a ton of money.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So,
all right, so let's get to this. I'm sorry. I could talk about all of this 24/7.
No, all right.
Today we're going to talk about video, which I said is my favorite topic. I love meeting with people and talking about it because it is so powerful.
Absolutely. I could have listed, 20 tips or 30 tips about doing video, but, we're short on time, so we're going to do 5. And so these 5 are super powerful, and I'll go into a little more depth of each one of them. So, this is not exclusive to just real estate. This could be in any industry. But today we're just going to go over the things you can do to make video impactful in your business. So, one of the biggest questions I get is, what should this video be? And I say to be or not to be, as is, that is the question. So these are the things that we want you to think about. I am not one who is to dictate what a person should or should not do. I will give professional guidance, and guidance is the operative word. So I'm not going to tell you yes or no, although you see that on the screen. I really want you to take into consideration not being promotional or controversial in your videos, pointless, which is something we see a lot of, unfortunately. Overproduced is another no-no. I've seen lots of agents, not a lot, but I would say I've seen a few go into the realm of, Steven Spielberg is their director, and they've just got, it's kind of just not genuine,
Well, it's
even
also because I think that's such a good point, because the overproduced, look, I get it. There is a time and a place for an edited, professionally done video.
yeah.
But on a regular basis, for most of us, that's just not doable. And so you have to find a way. And honestly, I like when people are just show all of their flaws and the stuff that they didn't do right. And even if they think it's a blooper, it endears people to you when they can see you're human and vulnerable and authentic versus an overproduced, over-scripted. I think that's your next one.
Yeah.
I hate scripts, which I'll let you talk about, but Yvonne is 100% right. There's a place, but in your general to-do on your videos, if you get so caught up in the middle of that, you're missing the whole point of getting the video out.
Absolutely. It's just like anything else. When you're giving a presentation, and Ted and I do a lot of classes and presentations, I don't have a script. I have bullet points that keep me on track. And that's what I would recommend to anyone who's doing a presentation, whether it's a listing presentation, an in-person class, or just doing a video that you're speaking to your audience. So yeah, have bullet points, but don't script. And then the things that you should be doing is providing solutions. Now, providing solutions doesn't necessarily always mean in your industry. So yes, you're in real estate, and yes, you can give some really great insight because of your expertise in the community in which you serve. But what you need to do is also provide solutions to an everyday problem, everyday challenge, as a word I prefer rather than problem. And so making sure that you're bringing them timely and relevant information for their Tuesday. So that could be anything from, how to keep your countertops clean, or how to best, bring make a birthday party for your child who's under the age of 10. Maybe it could be something that you're really good at and it's in your wheelhouse and it's outside of real estate. And I just off the top of my head could think of tons of things that you can do, that you do in your regular life, that would help somebody else right now. Maybe they're not in the market to buy or sell right now, but you're building a business, and yeah, the market's hot and inventory is low, but for a fact that that's not the case always. So you just can't be transactional and live for the today. You have to be providing solutions always in all different parts of a person's life. So a video can be anything that's going to provide a solution. Make it timely and relevant, yes. Focus on a subject matter. Me and Ted, this is a perfect example. Our show has a name. It is Top of Mind Tuesdays. Our subject matter is how to keep you top of mind. We focus only on that. We're not talking about other realms of marketing. We're just talking about this one particular realm. And then we also stay in the moment. We're genuine. We have conversation during our videos. And we just do it. We're like Nike. We just do it.
We just do it.
Sometimes, I'm super prepared, and there are other times I'm just kind of winging it. And that is because I'm bringing you knowledge that comes from my everyday life. So I don't really need
Well, we did that very recently. And, that's also something that is practiced, right? Because you have to know your topic in order to talk about it, which you obviously do. So is the PowerPoint great? Yes. But could Yvonne and I sit here with no script and talk for 30 minutes about top of mind every week? Yep, we sure could. No PowerPoint needed, because there's so many great ideas and so many things that we see every single day, the do's and don'ts, the things we should be working on. So yeah, don't get caught up in making it like everybody else. You need to make it you.
Absolutely. It's funny because people will ask me to do a presentation. I've had people say to me, hey, can you do a class on this subject? And if that subject is not in my wheelhouse, or I don't actually have a presentation for that subject, and I'm not at this point able to do that because I'm just too busy, I will decline that, that offer of, to present.
So
and
important.
That's because I want to. It's just really important that the subject matter is something you're so comfortable with that you can literally do without any kind of props or in this case PowerPoint. So I'm just true to who I am and what I can bring to the table.
Yes.
And sometimes you just have to realize you cannot be all things to all people. And
what?
That's
what? Say it again.
You cannot be all things to all people, and that goes for your videos as well, because plenty of people have come to Ted and I and have asked us, I want to do a video on this, I want to do a video that my audience, 100% of them are going to be interested in, and that is literally not possible.
How is that going to work? I mean, come on. Well, I think it is because, again, people are afraid of video, so it's either got to be no video or the most perfect video on the planet. And there's no room for in between for them because it's almost like a crutch. If it's produced, it's somehow going to make the topic perfect and beautiful, and that's going to make a difference. And you and I both know that's not always true.
Yeah, and nothing against perfectionists, but perfectionists are procrastinators, and that's the thing a lot of coaches will tell you. Perfection is not a thing. It's not something that anyone can reach and obtain. So to say that you're a perfectionist is to say that I am a person who's trying to obtain the unobtainable.
Correct.
So you have to realize that what you're doing is procrastinating because you think that you have to have these things, whatever these things are, in place in order to move forward. So let's make sure that we're trying to break out of that, and video is definitely a place where there is never going to be perfection, so you must move forward. Just like next slide. Great segue, Yvonne. So
yeah, very good, Yvonne. Perfect.
Pat myself on the back. Utilizing video for your business. So, when you're using a video, these are the ideas that I want you to keep in mind. So you can introduce yourself. People don't know you. And if they do know you, there's always something that they may not know about you. So introduce yourself, and you can introduce yourself every week. It doesn't have to be just a one-time introduction. But think about this. If you're meeting someone, maybe it's a new lead that comes in through your CRM. If you're the one who sends out an introduction video of who you are, you're going to be a jump ahead of all the other agents, because now that person has gotten to see and hear you, and that builds a bond and right away. So just sending them an email that says, hey, thanks for contacting me. I can't wait to get back to you. What's a good time for us to call? What's a good time for us to Zoom? That is not going to be as impactful as a video introduction of who you are. So we're going to show a sample of that in the next couple of slides.
We hope.
Yeah, likability is important, but you're not going to let 100% of people aren't going to like you. So that's that whole You can't be all things to all people. Just be who you are and only offer your value of what you can bring to the table. You're going to want your video to resonate and share an emotional connection. So actually emoting on, that's why we do video, is because text messages are horrible for emotion. You could send somebody something with all the best intent in a text message, and on their receiving side, because they're having a bad day, or because they're a negative person, or because they're looking for something, they'll take it the wrong way. So texting is not your best bet. Even sometimes responding in an email, there is times you need to pick up the phone, and there's times that could be a video. So
let's talk about the video really quick. You reminded me of something. One thing that I do on LinkedIn, I'll use it as an example, is I created an intro LinkedIn video. So when I either request a connection, I want to do business with that person or get to know that person, or somebody does for me, they get the video that I created. And I can't tell you how much that has driven traffic to my LinkedIn site, gotten me in front of people I normally wouldn't. And it's a quick 30-second, 45-second max video that I filmed right here on at that time, I filmed it on my phone. Yeah. And it's perfect because it's different. And the video, people will open video. They do. They like it. And so it's so much better than just, in my opinion, a static approach. You have to have all, but having video even incorporated in the intro. What a difference. Think about it. When you're trying to reach out to a new client, or you want to get to know somebody that might be a good partner for you, I will always look at the video before I read through their 75-page thesis on why we should get together.
I totally agree. I mean, that doing a video is the easiest way. And you know what? We all are walking around with studios these days. We all have our phones. The cameras are out of control, and they're the latest technology. Their entire movie, I'm going to look up the name of it, that was filmed on an iPhone, and it made it into the Sundance Film Festival. So don't tell me that you don't have the ability. You need to go to a studio, you need equipment, and you need a videographer. You need to stop making excuses is what you need to do. So I just tell it like it is. So we're going to move on to the next.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do that for us. Let's see if Ted can do what he's supposed to do.
That's going to be the intro video. So it's number 4, Ted.
Oh, number 4. My bad.
Yep.
Hold on. Number 4. There's number 4.
So this is about the kind of the intro video. This I made probably going on 3 years ago. And it is just to let people know who you are, introducing yourself. So this is a little, we made this on Canva.
Do I hit it? Is this one that's actually a video?
Yep, it's embedded.
All right, let's
play it.
Let's try.
You can stop it real quick. It only needs to be played a couple seconds. Well, like 10 seconds.
So I'm going to tell you that for some reason there is no link to play it. It's static.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
There is no like video button to hit. I'll let you see it, but I don't see anything anywhere here to like.
If you hover over it. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because you're not in presenter mode. You're in preview mode.
I wonder how I get out of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, you keep talking. Let me try.
So so an intro video. This was Canva about 3 years ago, and made a cover page, and then just put like a New York City scene because that's where I'm from, and I titled the intro From JFK to MCO, so a New York tale. So it just talks about me. It's just me on video saying, "Hi, I'm Yvonne. You may not know me. I am I work with real estate agents. I help them with their database. Oh, you're so welcome, Mark. Progress over perfection. Totally.
Yes, love that.
He's much more eloquent when he's. I
am downloading the PowerPoint, so at some point I will try to switch back there if we move.
No worries. So it's absolutely true. So making sure that you go deep and you're revealing and you don't script it, just so people know who you are. Talking, and this is another thing. Usually, your first take of your video is always the best. So you don't really have to think about recording it multiple times. It's just a matter of doing it rather than not. And you know, and I'm just going to talk about the second one as well, because then we can just play them. The second one is a video introduction that was done in a more professional format, but it doesn't necessarily have to have you in the video speaking, because a lot of you are camera shy and don't want to be on the video, but yet you want your message to be heard. So by using a slideshow kind of presentation video, which is completely doable in Canva, you can make a video that plays and that has visual, it has music, it has your contact information. And in this case, this is something I make for my clients, is a video mission statement. It lets people know what your mission, vision, value, and purpose are. And that's done within 38 seconds or less.
So sorry, even the other one is not, there's nothing it's not showing what's embedded.
Okay, no worries.
So it's the same. Sorry about that. The guys, I'm assuming that the blue square there that's blank is usually probably where the video would be.
Yeah, there would be a play button there. No worries.
We'll post those in the comments maybe.
Yeah.
Or something later, and then you guys can take a look.
Yeah, no worries. We can do that. I'll post it on the page. And then the last one, but the third one, I can't remember what I put there. Slide 6. Oh, slide 6 was basically familiarity and commonality. So that was a video. Actually, it was a video from Morgan & Morgan, the law firm, that they had done a commercial several years ago. And that was, when they were really on that bandwagon of letting people know who they are as a human being, because that's who you're working with. Working with an attorney is also the same level as working with a real estate agent. It is an intimate relationship where you're telling somebody some really, deep things about what's going on in your life. Right. When it's an accident, or it's like a personal injury, or it's a defense case, it doesn't matter. That person is turning over their life story and everything to the attorney. And this video is a commercial that talks about commonality, and it's John Morgan's wife, and she's just saying, hey, we've been in business for 25 years, we've been married for 30. John and I don't always agree. And we believe in the jury system. We believe in, the right to a fair representation. And we also we disagree on that our dog, that the dog is mine and not John's. So the reason why she's listing all of the things that they believe in is because if you believe in what they believe, there's commonality. So that's huge, and that's what you need to do, is tell people what you believe in. And to tell you the truth, she was hitting on things that were universals, like,
correct.
Do you disagree with your spouse? Oh, you're just like me. Oh, do you believe in the jury system? Oh, just like me. So these are things that are universal. So your videos should talk about things that you believe in that are affect your life. Now, going back to not trying to get the whole world to like you, because that's impossible. Just be cognizant of the do's and the don'ts. Don't be controversial, but maybe talk about, the importance of family to you, and the importance of finding the right home for your client, that you're going to listen to their needs, and you could tell a story about how maybe you had that happen in your life when you bought a home, or,
Yes.
So just talk about things that make commonality between yourself and the audience. They want to feel like you and them are very much alike. So
because if they don't, then they won't listen to anything that you have to say afterward. We do this on the show every day. I say, you got to share origin story. People have to know something about you. They have to feel good, or at least relatable, or they're never going to hear the message you're actually trying to deliver about your book or your business or your charity. And people fight me on that sometimes. Well, this isn't about me. Yeah, the whole thing's about you, for the record. And so you've got to make them at least have some sort of relatability, like Yvonne said, or nobody's going to listen to you.
Yeah,
Nobody.
and you know, there's a thing that I disagree with, that I see a lot of people posting, and when it comes to video, this plays into this perfectly. When I see people post, you know, little quotes that say, in other words, I don't care what people think about me. I'm gonna do me, and I'm great, and you know what? I don't care what you think about me, or something like that. That's so not true.
That's not true.
Okay, and the reason why, if you're saying that, it's because you're trying to isolate yourself. You're trying to insulate yourself as well as isolate yourself. I want people to think about that. So, what I believe is that what we need to do is be, and the better way of saying it is that I'm just going to tell my truth. I am going to be genuinely me, and genuinely me is a person who cares. And I don't think there's really anyone out there who genuinely, in this industry, doesn't generally care about the fellow human being.
Correct.
So by saying you don't care what people think about you, to me is the same as saying I don't care what human beings think about me. And that's just not true. It's not really truthful to what you're trying to say. So
Correct.
on video, what you need to do, and this was Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a $500 million or plus real estate tycoon. He was the biggest influencer back in 2017. Big, selling author. And what he does is he does 2 cents in 2 minutes. That's his video kind of formula, which I would tell everyone to adopt. And he just does it from the road. He does it from wherever he is. And he just talks about something in his life that maybe you've gone through. And you know what? Even as a practical, almost a billionaire, he has stories about his life when he was just a guy trying to, make a dime. So
yes.
These are the kinds of stories that you can, someday you'll be a billionaire too. But
that's right.
But he's still a human being who's had experience and experiences. And I want you to let people know what those are. So you're an influencer and a thought leader when you just tell people, what you've been through, and maybe they can relate and maybe they can take away value from it. Mark Guy, who's watching, he is one of those people who is a thought leader. And Jamie Miller as well, and my other great, wonderful, these two great men who are putting out great video. They're doing it because they are just coming from a place that I know they've lived.
Yes.
And they're letting people know what their story is and how maybe you can relate to my story and how I dealt with my challenges. So that is so valuable, and we thank people like that. And we want to work with those people because they are just like us. So
they do such a great job too, really.
Absolutely. And my last video, I've shown this one a few times on the show, but it's basically
I love this video. I love this concept. Great job, Jared.
Yes, it's a great job. And you know what? He's a person who's an influencer as well. And Jared, what he's done is taken, the testimonial idea. And this is just a very, very basic idea. It's, just you asking at the closing table 3 questions of your clients, of your customers, and you're asking them how they feel. That's the first question. How are you feeling? And you know what? That's going to be, anybody can answer that question. They don't need to have a script beforehand to, so they're prepared.
Right.
So how do you feel? They know how they feel and they tell them. What was your experience with me as your, realtor? And that's a genuine feeling. And the third question is, if you had any advice for first-time buyers, or in this case, it was new construction, what would you tell those people? So you're asking for help, giving help, and you're letting them share their experience. Rather than,
did Jared have a big camera setup, a crew, lighting? No, he did. He just did it. Stop using the fact that you don't have the best equipment, the best lighting, the best everything. It all goes back to the content, the vulnerability, the authenticity. These are easy tips that Yvonne's giving you Those are 3 easy questions that you probably were going to ask them anyway. Because
Yeah.
we're all about surveys in our world and all of that good stuff.
You
So
don't
you're
have
probably going to do it anyway.
You don't even have to be in the video. As you can see, the video just pointed at the 2 clients on a stand. It's $20 on Amazon with the phone. Just go for it. You know what? There is nothing that could go wrong. Even if the client, flubs or whatever, it's fine. It's real. The more real it looks, the more people will believe it. More scripted, it looks like a television commercial at the bottom, and it says, "Not a real customer, actor portrayal." or client was compensated, for their appearance in this commercial. So you know what? You need to do this in your industry. It is all about trust. It's all about emotion. And this is really, if you took nothing away from today, your video testimonials will supersede your worries about the Zillows and the Realtor.coms and the Redfin and all that, because you're going to own your reviews. Own them. Do not let a third party host your business, because you own it. Own your business. Post your own videos and your own reviews.
Fantastic. That was so good. All right, so you're going to you don't mind putting the link, or can you put the 2 videos in the comments? We had a couple of people ask that we couldn't show. That was so good. All right, so you can reach Yvonne. I'll let her tell you what's the best way for them to reach you. You guys, this is the good stuff. This is how we're building our business. This is how you build it, how you maintain it, how you grow it. How do they reach you and find out more about you?
Oh, sure. They can reach me on my Facebook page, Yvonne Sandoval. They can reach me at getleverage365.com. You could always give me a call or a text at 407-915-8000.
Fantastic. All right, that was so good. Fantastic. Yvonne Sandoval. All right, another week. We'll be back for Top of Mind Tuesdays. If you guys have an idea or something you want to talk about, something you want to know more about, send it to us. We'd love to talk about it. I mean, we've got content for days, but it's always good to get people's input.
I would love that.
Thanks, Yvonne. You guys have a good one. We'll see you back here soon.